Hello. So I read The Great Fire by Jim Murphy. It was published by Scholastic Corporation. It had 144 pages. The age recommended is 3 to 8. It is historical fiction, and it was copyright dated in 1995. Sorry. And this started when the McLaughlins were to celebrate the arrival of a relative from Ireland. And they stopped to visit someone else, and they noticed a red blaze over by the O'Leary's house. So they went over there, and it was their barn on fire. He yelled fire as loud as he could, and he got there just in time to save a baby calf in the barn. It took off from there, and in 1871, it killed 250 people, left 90,000 homeless within like the first 2 days, so this isn't all of it. 90,000 homeless, and destroyed 4 square miles of Chicago. Chicago, eventually, after it consumed block after block, home, businesses, killing people, it eventually left 100,000 people homeless. They had 59,500 buildings, including the courthouse and Tribune building, that all caught fire. So it pretty much destroyed their town. It went from Tuesday to Sunday, and God had a plan for them. It started raining, and with the firefighters and rain, they did get it put out, and they all got together and rebuilt the town before they knew it. I did not know of this happening in history, so I thought, what a good lesson, because I learned things that I had no clue about. So I think that it would be good for students to read this, because you learn a history lesson, but it was a very good story. So I think that because they showed their strength and courage of one another to rebuild. It took a village to come together and rebuild this whole city, but they all did it because they knew they had to. So I think that shows the students to never give up, and you just sometimes have to fight through the pain and work together to rebuild whatever has been broken down. So the lesson I had for this was I had like 7 or so questions, and they had to answer them maybe by researching, so very in depth, dates, facts. So then after they were done with that, I had down that they would create a timeline of events that have happened all over with fires and were very disastrous. So I think that's a very good lesson also, because right now we have the big one going in California, and they just keep coming. So I think that we could tie that into it with a current event and allow for history as well. So this was a very good learning book.